Hi everybody. This is an instructional video for 7.02 and the beat goes on. So if we look at all of Unit 7, I just want to clarify something for you real quick. And hopefully it switches here in just a sec. So 7.01, obviously you have a quiz, but if we look at 7.02, so the only other assignment in Unit 7 is this article. So it's, and the beat goes on, and we'll go over that in just a second. But if we look at 7.03, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9, those all relate those all directly relate back to 7.02. Basically, those are the steps for you completing this assignment. So while yes, you do need to look at these pages, they are basically just you completing this assignment. Okay, so make sure that you're looking at that. So basically, what's a beat goes on assignment, you're a beat reporter. So, what's kind of cool about this is that you're going to learn in Unit 7, you're going to learn all about the different beats that there are in journalism. And then you're going to pick one and then you're going to write about it. Or you're going to write an article like you're a beat reporter, basically. So, I'm pulling up the assignment here. Let's make it a little bit larger. And always remember, you want to make sure that you're looking at the rubric for these assignments because that's going to be how you're graded, correct? So make sure that you're looking at the rubric always. So you're going to choose a beat that you'd like to have on your local newspaper. You're going to assign yourself a story to write and produce with one accompanying paragraph. You're going to talk to at least two people who you know, include several quotes, facts, and a good lead and a strong kicker. So throughout our class, we've talked about leads, we definitely have talked about quotes, we've talked about interviews, we've talked about kickers, we've talked about all of those things. So this is you bringing it all together, right? So you're going to write, or you're going to gather and organize your information. You're going to write your draft, and you're going to review and polish your work over the next several lessons. The Beat News story is due on the final day of the unit. Be sure to review the news story rubric in the course to understand how it will work and how you will be evaluated. So I'm going to pause for just a second, and I'm going to take and show you what some of those beats are. All right, by the time you're ready to actually write your article, you should have looked at this, choosing a beat, right? So that's going to show you the available beats and what common beats are for journalists and that a lot of them use. So we pull that up. Um, Most of these will look very familiar to you, and you will um, completely understand the significance of them. But one of the local beats is a local government. So basically, you would be a journalist reporting on anything that has to do with the local government, right? The next is schools. So anything that has to do with schools in your district or in your area. Police and crime. So any type of crime or anything that has to do with police, you would be the one reporting on that. Courts is another, business and real estate, and then religion. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick one of these beats that you would like to write about. Okay. So once you do that, then you're going to go back to the assignment and you are going to, oh, sorry, wrong assignment. Give me 1 second. Had the wrong assignment. There we go. It was on my other screen. So once you figure out what beat you would like to use or what beat reporter you would like to be, you're just going to assign yourself whatever story you want. Doesn't matter. You obviously, if you're doing police, it has to have something to do with police. If you're doing schools, it has to have something to do with schools. So, and you're going to talk to at least two people who you don't know and include several quotes, facts, a good lead and a strong kicker, right? So I prefer that you talk to two people you do not know. However, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to be a stickler necessarily on this. I would just prefer, obviously, that you kind of reach out because journalism is all about interviewing, and you definitely are going to have to speak to people if you want to be a journalist. You're going to have to kind of get outside of that comfort zone. But in the big scheme of things, if you pick people that you're familiar with, that's okay. Um, so let's say you decide you want to do, if you want to be a beat reporter that's dealing with schools. So one of the interesting topics, obviously, right now that you would be able to write about are how um, they're handling situations with everything that's going on in the world today, right? Or if you wanted to talk to someone from your church, you would easily be able to speak to someone about if they're doing anything for the community or if they're providing any special services, Meals on Wheels, anything like that for people. So there's a lot of great different ideas out there. We will meet in the live session and talk about these more and more in detail. But just to give you a couple of ideas of things that you can look at. Okay, so um, the point value for this is not 100, it is 50. And so I'll change that on the document, but it is 50. Length requirement, again, I would like it to be around this length, give or take. Obviously, I'm not going to sit and count every single word that you're writing, but I would like for it to be close to that. Okay. Also, if you have any questions, please be sure to let me know. Um, and overall, this should be a pretty easy write for many of you. It should be fun because you get to write about anything that you want to, as long as you're taking on the beat reporter persona. So should be interesting. But like I said, if you have questions, please let me know.